Hey everyone, Hassan here, and I got another Transformers Age of Extinction review for you today. This is Galvatron. So, potential spoiler alert, I don't know. He was in the trailer, so there you go. I believe, I don't know too much about Transformers lore, but I believe Galvatron is like Megatron reborn. So, as you can see, a lot of similarities to Megatron there. You have the artwork for him right here, which is really cool. I like how they did that. They have the artwork right there, and it's kind of split on the two sides. So, he looks really interesting looking. So Transformers 4 logo, Transformers, there's the figure on the side. This is Voyager class, series M4, number 4. So number 3 was Hound, number 4 is Galvatron, I guess. All the logos. So I guess they just have a generic logo. It's not a Decepticon logo there. They just kind of put the same thing on all the packaging. In case you wanted the UPC for this guy, there he is right there. And then the back of the box shows Galvatron changes in 17 steps. Hound changes in 14, that's also Voyager class, so slight difference there. But we will kind of see how complex that transformation is. There's a description right there. So there you go. And actually, this does mention kind of how Megatron was defeated there before, so I guess they kind of will be going with the same story. I don't know, but anyways, there's that. So we'll find out for sure once the movie releases, but he definitely, I would guess he's related to Megatron because that's how he was, I believe, in Transformers lore, and he looks very similar to it as well. Let's open this guy up and kind of take a look at him. Alright, so I have Galvatron out of the box. Here he is right here. And he is kind of interesting looking. I do have one or two little minor issues with the vehicle mode that I'll kind of talk about in a second. But here he is, so there's from the front. You can kind of see through the visor a little bit there, but when you see the hole there, which is a little odd, but not a big deal at all, really. Yeah, not too bad there. So there's the side. The bottom has kind of his whole body hidden there. There's a Decepticon logo. I don't see oops, I'm knocking over my camera. I don't see a Decepticon logo on the actual vehicle mode anywhere. So that is just one minor little thing that I noted, but not a big deal at all. There's that. There's the back part. There's kind of the view from there. And yeah, he does roll around pretty nicely. So no issues with that. And overall, I mean, he looks decent. My one issue with the vehicle mode is this back part here. I think, well, it looks kind of, I don't know, like I feel like it feels a little empty, like there's something missing or something a little bit there. And also, this part never fully connects. It's supposed to, I believe, these parts kind of like line in and sit there, but it doesn't connect. It just kind of, it's very loose. Which is not like too big of a deal, like nothing's gonna fall apart or come apart or anything. Although now as soon as I say that, then it starts, you know, coming apart. But it does look kind of odd because it's like open a little, so I don't know, that part's kind of weird. But if you're looking at it like from the front angle, you know, I think it looks pretty good. I like the front part. I think that looks pretty decent. And it's a very easy transformation. The instructions show 17 steps to get from, at least from robot mode to vehicle mode, so I guess probably same thing, go vice versa. But it's a very easy transformation, and that's a big plus for me. I really like the fact that they simplify the transformations. So if they had to make the transformation a lot more complicated to make this, you know, a little bit better looking, I would actually prefer this versus a more complicated transformation. So this is the Voyager class as well, kind of the middle size class. And it's pretty decent. So let's transform this guy. Oh, actually, one other thing I should note. He does come with a weapon, this little blaster here, and this can sit up top. You just kind of peg it in like that. So he has that there in case you wanted, you know, him to have this little blaster on there. And the way that this works is there's this little thing here. You don't push the button, you just kind of pull it back, and then it will fire the missile. So if I just kind of pull it back, there goes the missile. So that's pretty cool. Just to have that kind of functionality as well. And of course you can use this in robot mode as well, but there it is. So pretty interesting looking. Alright, so let's transform him now. So first things first, we'll kind of take this piece off and fold it, as well as this side here. Then these pieces can kind of come apart. We'll fold this out, fold this out, and this piece, oops, on the bottom of the feet, if I can get a good grip, this has to come out, there we go. And then it will click into place. So there you go, clicked. Let's do the same on the other side here. Clicked into place. And then once you have this, just fold it, I believe, like this. Yeah, because this is the front right here. So there you go. Okay, and then for this part, so that's the legs basically. This is kind of funny looking. All right, here's Galvatron right here. That's funny. This piece is actually pretty easy to transform as well. So you just kind of fold that back, fold this part back, and then this whole thing just kind of folds out like so. And then you just want to take the arms and bring them forward, click, and bring this forward, click. You can fold them down. Okay, and while he's there, you can slide out the head, like so. And then this piece here, you just kind of push out the sides, and it kind of just folds down like that. And this piece goes down. Actually, sorry, you want to make sure, so this needs to slide upwards. You see how this is back? You need to slide this, oh, well, I'm kind of holding it this way, upwards, there you go, that'll make more sense to you all. And it kind of moves up like that. And then this piece here is just going to sit down like that. So that's kind of how it's going to look. So he does have all that back kibble right there, which is kind of unfortunate, definitely. But at the same time, like if I were to transform this to vehicle mode, you just literally like, you lift this up, and then like look, you kind of fold this up, and bam, like there's kind of half of the vehicle right there. It's very easy to do that. So I actually like the transformation. I think is very easy, and so that kind of makes it worth it overall. But that's it. I mean, that's your transformation right there. Here's Galvatron. And he is interesting looking. I mean, he looks okay. I feel like there's something missing about him. Maybe he's just kind of dull looking. I don't know. He doesn't really stand out too much to me. He just looks like a very plain, kind of not that great looking design, but the figure itself is not bad. So you do have all the back kibble, so that's just, like I said, because you have the much more simpler transformations, you are going to find that more on the Transformers. So do keep that in mind if you're considering buying them. I don't mind it too much. If it's something like this, it's kind of flat from the front, you don't really notice it too much, so I don't really mind it here. Maybe in some other cases with other figures it might be more annoying, but in this particular case I don't mind it too much. But here he is. Let me kind of show you some of the detail on the figure as well. So there is the helmet. So he looks kind of interesting looking. So there's that. So he's mostly gray. Maybe he just maybe seems kind of unpainted in a way, but I mean that's how he is. I believe the design is very like grayish and stuff, but it just makes the figure look kind of unpainted in a way. You do have like the hole there in the chest and stuff. Oh, this isn't clicked in. There we go. But maybe that's what it is. But you do have some blue, a little bit of brown paint there. So there's that. There's your Decepticon logo, like I said. So from the side, that's kind of what he looks like. And from the back, he's just a bunch of other stuff. So there's that. In terms of articulation, so the head does have a good amount of, articulation up and down. You can go left and right only so much as to where those pieces are, because then his massive chin kind of gets in the way. But he does have a decent amount of, movement there. You can also move these shoulder pads up, so if you want to move the arm, it can go up about that much. But then the shoulder pad kind of gets in the way. It does move forward. It kind of has that clicking sound when it does it, but it doesn't move back because of the back kibble, so the back kibble is kind of restricting in that sense. He does have elbow articulation, and it's kind of a double joint there, so you do have you have like this range of movement, and then also this range of movement. It's kind of hard to show. So a double joint there, so that's kind of nice. And the hands don't rotate around or anything, they're just kind of there. He also kind of looks a little disproportional. Like, I feel like his legs are so massive compared to the rest of him. Maybe that's another thing that looks kind of off. The legs only move that much apart that he can't do the full splits, and he can kick quite high, but he can only move back about that much until the back kibble gets in the way. He does have knee articulation, although his knee is like all the way up here. You would expect it to be right in the middle or something, but it's like all the way up here, so that's a little odd. Again, he has like massive feet or something. Massive legs, I mean. And then his feet can move up and down, basically. They don't turn or anything. So he is kind of, you know, limited in articulation from the back kibble and things like that, but still a decent amount, I guess. But there he is right there. You know, I mean, overall, I think he is okay. Like I said, I think just maybe it's just his design in general I'm not like a huge, you know, fan of. So there's not really too much they could do with the figure, but he's not bad. I mean, you know, he still looks kind of neat, all things considered. It's just maybe seems like he's missing kind of some paint. The back kibble gets in the way of the articulation a little bit, maybe some abnormally large legs. So he looks kind of odd, but not terrible. You know, I would classify him as okay. So there's that. And then of course this little weapon here, so you can kind of use the peg right there and have him hold that. And there you go. Pretty neat. So you can of course take this and fire it, bam, right there. So overall, this thing is okay. You know, if I do a little comparison here in terms of size comparison with the other Voyager class figure that I have, Hound. Let's kind of move him to the side, and I'll see if I can get Hound right there. He is a bit taller than Hound, but you'll see kind of the proportions there. I mean, Hound is a bit more bulkier up top, but that kind of makes sense for his character. Here, the proportions seem a little weird, but you know, overall, not too bad. They still kind of fits in, you know, well with the other figure and everything. Yeah, there he is. There's Galvatron right there. So not really much else to mention for him. He's a decent figure. He's okay. I don't think that they're going to be making another Galvatron figure, so this is pretty much the one that you're kind of stuck with if you want one. And he's okay. You know, I think vehicle mode is okay. The back part is a little weird. I like the front part. The robot mode is okay. Just there's little things that are kind of weird here and there. So overall, an okay figure. You're not going to miss out on anything if you don't get him, but at the same time, if you get him, you know, he's decent to kind of add into the mix with your other figure collection and stuff as well. So that's that. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and I will try and answer them for you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I got lots more Transformers Age of Extinction reviews on the way, so stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching. See you guys later.